Today, we're going to be talking about how to build effective relationships and have effective communication with your children. Welcome, everyone. My name is Michael Reardon. Today, we're going to be talking about how to build effective relationships and have effective communication with your children. As a parent, you want to do the best for your child. You want to give them the best. You want to give them the world. Yet, is that the right mentality to be thinking? I know it's easy for a parent to get into that mommy bear and daddy bear type mentality of I'm going to protect my child, but the world is going to eventually separate you from that child, whether you like it or not. Not saying that you can't be there with them, but how you operate today is going to determine if you're going to be there tomorrow. And by that, I mean we need to understand what is happening in the relationships with our children. Because if you are a parent who's going to be too busy to interact with your kid, to hang out with your kid, and every time your child comes to you saying, hey, I have a question, or you're too busy, or you always say no to them, they're going to learn not to ask you for things. If you yell at them constantly and you berate them constantly and you make them feel insignificant, they're not going to want to talk to you. So now there's going to be a negative effect on the relationship because you didn't even do your part. So parents have to understand their part. Parents don't only have the job of protecting and providing and making sure the kids feel loved. They also need to do one of the most important jobs a parent must do in a relationship with their kid, and that is be present. As they are growing, as they are learning, they're going to be looking at you not only to be the example, but then to also set the pace and then to also set the expectations. Because if you find that you don't have any expectations for them, then the relationship right there is just going to be whatever happens. And we want to make sure that we are diligent in that. And the best way to do that is to build effective communication. How often do you speak with your kids? When do you speak with your kids? Do you even know what type of topics to speak to your kids about? And most parents might just have the blanket type of communication. How was school? Tell me about your day. All right. Is there anything you want to talk about? No. Right? That right there is not effective communication. Yes, you are building that, but you need to create that. And the best way to do it is to create pockets of communication and for communication, whether that be in the car, whether that be at the dinner table, whether that be after you get home from work, where you go outside and you maybe are going to play ball, or you're going to go for a walk together, or you're going to take them on a ride to the park, and then you're riding bikes together. Now, right there, even though you might not be talking every single second that you're together, you shouldn't. You are going to be building that bond. And once that bond is created, then it's going to create that line for your child to come to you and be open and to ask you questions. And at that point, you have to be able and receptive to understand the body signs, to understand their language. And then from there, start to build a better relationship and build better communication. Now, depending on your situation, you might be in a hole right now and you need to figure out ways and tools that you can get out of that negative relationship and negative type of communication that you're living in. At that point, you're going to have to get somebody in your corner. You're going to have to get a coach. And I encourage you to go to ribbonconcepts.com, get yourself a free coaching session with me so we can learn together about your relationship and what's happening, and then start to implement tools and strategies to build communication so we can build up our relationship to be more positive and more nurturing.